there's a joke. Why did God invent Mormons? So Christians would know how Jews feel. You have to understand something. Let me just explain what's going on over here. Well, what we're looking at is we're looking at the claims of the New Testament. Of course, we read it very carefully. It's not all Jews do, but those who care about it do. There's no such thing as it's a Jewish book. How do you know it's Jewish? What do you mean it's Jewish? What does Jewish mean to a Jew? It's nonsense. You can have a person who is Jewish. We don't know who wrote the book of Matthew. I know there's a couple of big surprise, but the book of Matthew does not end yours truly, Matthew. It doesn't go like that. Luke doesn't end. Sincerely yours and best wishes for a happy and healthy new year, Luke. Okay? These are Catholic traditions from the 2nd century. Irenaeus, here we can look at the French church father. Papias is very unreliable here, but certainly you're relying on a tradition that this is written by disciples of Jesus. Incidentally, the church tradition turns out that only Matthew and John were disciples. Mark was a companion of Peter, and Luke was a companion of Paul, and therefore there was an apostolic authority. So the key point for us is we are looking at the Jewish Bible. Now, when we say that is our only authority, how do you know what it says in the Jewish scriptures? Let me explain this point. Dead Sea Scrolls. I know Dr. Evans has written extensively. Why are the Dead Sea Scrolls important? Why? Why are they significant? So people give you 10, 15 different reasons why. Every person will agree, there is one most important reason the Dead Sea Scrolls are valuable. And the reason they are valuable is that they affirm that the Jews preserved the Jewish scriptures properly. It is intact. Okay? Until the Dead Sea Scrolls, all we can do is get back to the Leningrad Codex, which is 1000, and people accuse us, you changed it, you altered it. Okay, so the Dead Sea, of course, who are the Assyrians? It's interesting. That is not the issue. No one will disagree. What we know is that Hebrew Bible intact. What is the problem? When you ask the question, what about the oral law? If you'd have told a Christian in the 1st century no oral law, they think you're out of your mind. Why? And it says in Matthew 23, the Pharisees, scribes sit in Moses' seat. Who are Pharisees? They believe in the oral Torah. What does it mean? Why do you need an oral Torah in order to know what the written Torah is? Because we don't have vowels. The Hebrew alphabet is only consonants. You will not find the vowels in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Why? Because there was no such thing. It was only oral Torah, which told us what vowel goes on each one consonant. That means that the oral Torah simply tells us this is what goes here. And incidentally, just so you know, and I'm speaking to the Christians here, your Christian Bible, your King James, your NIV, your whatever it happens to be, relies 99% on our oral Torah to tell you what the text says. So of course the Bible tells us in Deuteronomy chapter 12 verse 21, the text says there that when you kill an animal, make sure you kill it in the manner that I have shown you. Well, look at the Bible. It doesn't say anywhere how to. The oral Torah doesn't tell us a new commandment. The oral Torah simply tells us this is what God meant. How is Ruth, who was a Moabite, able to become the grandfather of David and the Messiah? How? The Bible says that a Moabite can't convert to Judaism. Without an oral Torah, you don't have a Messiah. So therefore, the oral Torah tells us when it says a Moabite doesn't mean a female, only a male. Why is that important right now? So the oral Torah simply supplies the information, so therefore we can understand what the text says. And it turns out, although Christians walk around saying, we don't believe in the oral law, we don't believe in it, you rely on it completely. You rely on our Masoretic text. The vowels are invented. They were put there in the early Middle Ages by Masoretes. What Masorah means? That which was handed down orally, that which was handed down. That was everything. The New Testament isn't Jewish unless it is consistent with the Jewish scriptures. It could have been, you could have someone who's not Jewish, who had been a holy person, who saved Jews from the whole. What does Jewish mean? What does Jewish mean? Who cares Jewish? This is not some racist thing. The question is, if it is consistent with Tanakh as Jewish, and if it's not, it is not Jewish. I don't care who wrote it. And that's what we're looking for. We are looking for who is the author of this. And we are looking, therefore, we look at Paul. Let me give you an example. Take Galatians. Now, Galatians is written to people basically in Asia Minor. When it was written, it's a little debate, and the debate will also affect which group where in Asia Minor was, but it's not relevant. The point is, as we as Jews, you got to understand what we're doing. We look at